My name is Michael Shikatano, and this is Right Here, Right Now, a podcast to inspire the learner inside each of us. In a world that is full of so much information, we will help find and package that information so that you can use it in your lives every day in practical ways. And in each episode, we will remind you of the importance of being present and mindful of your daily thoughts, actions, and interactions. It is truly the most vital step to learning and growth, being mindful and present right here, right now, to take on life's challenges and turn them into life's lessons. So come on this venture with us, a new beginning, a new journey that starts right here, right now. A huge welcome back here, people. I am Michael Shikatano, your host of Right Here, Right Now, the new podcast where we remind you, help teach, and show you that being present and practicing mindfulness is the only way to truly learn. Through the noticing and attention and awareness of being right where your feet are and in this moment, embracing the mindset that you have chosen to harness and cultivate. And from this learning comes growth where we may begin to develop a true transformation that lasts and more profoundly, positively impacts others. I am so truly honored and blessed to be kicking off season 2 of Right Here, Right Now. Let me repeat that because I can hardly believe it myself. Season 2 of Right Here, Right Now? With each of you, our dedicated audience of open-minded learners. So today we're going to be reminded of some really great tips and thoughts and concepts. Maybe you've seen this list floating around the internet on some social media, or maybe you'll hear these for the first time or hear them at the right time, right here, right now. Or you may hear these principles of life today with a bit more clarity because you are more mindful in your approach to each of life's moments. Maybe that's what this episode is for you. Just a slowing down and noticing and being more clear in what you notice and pay attention to. Some may call these sort of lists life hacks. I hate this term. Things that if we are mindful of moment by moment, things that we must remind ourselves of in each and every moment, we might be able to live a more deeply fulfilled life. So there's nothing earth-shattering about this information. Some of it is very, very simple stuff, but maybe it's hitting you with a little bit more insight that I'll share, and certainly with right timing in your life. And another warning here to our listeners, again, this is not intended to be some positive toxicity life hack episode. The very concept of mindfulness and how it can help us is related to embracing each and every emotion or feeling or experience, both internal and external, and knowing that each of these is fleeting. The highs and lows will come and go. The good and the not so good will ebb and flow. One of the more vivid technical terms for all of this is impermanence. That our emotions come and go, high and low, our situations turn good, then not so good, and back to good again. We ebb and flow in our lives through the universe, and we must be reminded of this. Stay tuned to a full episode dedicated to just this concept, this impermanence, coming soon. So let's dive into the thoughts and principles of how we can live our lives, maybe a bit more fully if we are being mindful in our approach to life. So I saw this sign posted in the gym. I know I said that it's on lots of social media platforms going about, but this one is in hard copy format as a sign in the gym. And as usual, I just need to be inspired at the right moment to bring the insights to each of you. The sign's posted right above the water fountain, and it is titled 7 Rules of Life. So as you start your day, as you pause and reflect, as you slow yourself down a bit, or as you fill up your water bottle if you're at the gym, Think on these rules to help us through our days, the good and the not so good days, all the same, that we know will come and then go and then come back again. Counting them down from 7 to 1. I thought that was kind of fun. Rule number 7 here is smile. Life is short. Enjoy it while you have it. So this sounds overly simplistic, but let's dive deeper. Let's relate this concept to always being on the lookout for all of the reasons you have to smile. Being grateful and having a thankful approach to the wondrous things in your life. You can physically write out some of the things you're grateful for on a daily basis. This may help some of you. You must also note that your smile will not only help you to enjoy your existence on this planet, it will likely help out another human being. Those smiles are contagious. Just try and see. We must learn how to look for the deep connections in our lives and pay them the attention they deserve. Number 6, it's on you. Only you are in charge of your happiness. So taking the mindset of a grateful spirit in life from number 7 that we just read, realizing that we are here to live a fulfilled life, but we need constant reminders that our happiness is not a destination. Looking for that finish line with the really great big smiley emojis is not at all what this rule is about or what life is all about, but what we must look to the work that we do, leisurely work, right? Also known as playtime for some of us, and work, your career, right? And we must embed ourselves into the meaning of this work, the things that we do, the people that we interact with. If we find our calling in these things and our purpose in the moves that we make, we can find the moments on our journey that will fill up our hearts and souls. So this is all about you making the decision that you will figure out what makes you happy on this journey, what fills you up and makes you whole. Go pursue this. Get started today, even if it just means learning what it would take to get on this path. And Simon Sinek also says this nicely well. Of course, I'm throwing in extra quotes here. Excitement comes from the achievement. Fulfillment comes from the journey that gets us there. Beautiful, right? Number 5 on the list, stay calm. It's okay to not have everything figured out. Know that in time, you'll get there. This one is related maybe to our journey to happiness metaphor, perhaps, right? Part 1, stay calm, not in that virally meme sense of the word. Truly remain calm. Do this by going back to your breath. One nice, deep, and deliberate breath in and out at just the right time to slow you down, keep you grounded and aware of your emotions and thoughts. In whatever moment of fear or panic or uncertainty or joy even that belies you. Being mindful and present and leading your life with an open heart and an open mind, this journey of learning and growth will take you on the right path for you at the right time. And I recently read a wonderful book by Pema Chodron, who I've quoted on this podcast a handful of times. Stay tuned for an episode dedicated to her message. It's related to that impermanence we spoke of. And the words that resonate with this concept of staying calm and that time and patience may help us through our days. Life is a good teacher and a good friend. Things are always in transition if we could only realize it. Nothing ever sums itself up in the way that we like to dream about. The off-center, in-between state is an ideal situation, a situation in which we don't get caught and we can open our hearts and minds beyond limit. And that's from her book, When Things Fall Apart. Life is a good teacher and a good friend. I love it. The open mind and open heart allows us to be immersed in this important rule of life, just knowing that in time you'll get there. Number 4, don't compare. The only person you should try to beat is the person you were yesterday. This is one of my favorites. It's so profound, especially in the artificial, superficial, unofficial world of social media that we pretend to live in. Comparison is the thief of joy, it was once said, right? Finding reasons to smile and live a life of gratitude in each of our moments. Life-changing stuff here. Brianna Wiest tells us that emotionally strong people do not compare themselves to other people simply because the idea that other people exist in comparison to oneself is mindless at best and selfish at worst. So if you're on a good path in developing your skills with a learner's open mind, stay at it and measure your progress against your pace and what you have set out for your goals. If you feel like you have to keep up or keep pace with someone else, you're missing out on your journey. You will likely miss the best parts of the journey where you may be on the precipice of profound learning and growth, people. Number 3, give it time. Time heals everything. And knowing that the impermanence of all things, the good and the not so good, helps the process of healing. This sounds like it's a passive process, but living with your purpose and immersing yourself in the things that fill you up is very important here. Trying to connect some of the dots from some of these things and how really there's a compounding effect of all of these rules if we realize the interconnectedness of some of them. I had heard some sage advice on a podcast a few months back. I believe it was Jay Shetty, or maybe it was on Simon Sinek's podcast. Their message was that if you feel stuck or in a rut and you want to do something to help yourself get out of it, find someone that needs help and help them. And I'll add to this wonderful piece of advice, learn something while you are doing so. Life-changing rule to live by. I've just recently started to impart this wisdom on my boys, and I think it's going to have a really nice impact over and over and over again when they hear it. Time heals everything, right? Just so we not jump ahead and try to look away from the present moment with this time heals everything rule. Corey Muscara, remember? He tells us, may we be excited for the future we are creating while also remembering that our life is happening right now and it's the only moment ever guaranteed to us. Stay grounded and be present and mindful of this moment, people. Living a life in your present moments will allow the healing process, the space for the mending, the growth, the learning. Rule number 2, ignore them. Don't listen to other people. Live a life that is empowering to you. I call this the noise, the chatter of criticism, the unending line of people that have it all figured out for you, so confident in having all the answers for you. I think the best approach here is something that has helped me immensely. Stay curious, people. This does not mean you should never seek the advice or guidance from others. It's just that so often we hear the critics come out at just the wrong time with the thoughtless advice to help save the day. You know who you can trust and seek them out indeed when you need them. And this is the message. Do not get caught up in the story someone else is trying to write for you. Take that pen, start a new paragraph, a new page, a new chapter. Get to it and write your own book today. Lao Tzu said, care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. And the number 1 rule of life, according to the poster in the awesome gym I go to, is let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. So the message is clear, and we have repeatedly reminded ourselves of this. The mindfully present manner in which we lead our lives will lead to more enriching experiences, more fully experienced, without the rumination that trips us up on our path forward. And we know that this journey on this path forward begins right here, right now. Be present and be mindful, people. Thank you all once again for joining us and listening to this podcast. Please make sure you rate this episode and share it with others. When you share and send it to others, pique their curiosity by asking them if they need something to slow them down, ground them, even on a good day, to be more mindful of all of their moments in life, to live, to learn, to grow. We'll see you next time, right here, right now. Join us next time, people, as we talk mindset. What a great way to begin season 2 of Right Here, Right Now with the concept of mindset. We'll dive into Carol Dweck's masterful book, Mindset. We've all heard the notion that we can do anything we put our minds to, but maybe there's a little more to it than that. Maybe having the right mindset, specifically in how we deal with adversity, failure even, and how we must be in the frame of mind to be open to learning from the failure and being a bit more deliberate about the work and effort we put in to whatever our challenges are. Maybe we'll turn those challenges into opportunities to grow and learn and evolve. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about how we can think about the path we take on this journey of life and make it a little easier to learn from the challenges that we know we will face. This new mindset will take on our journey that starts right here, right now. Be present and be mindful, people. See you next time. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time, right here, right now.